My dear friends, my fellow servants of humanity, we are living in a time of unraveling. The threads of our global order, climate, justice, peace, and truth are fraying before our eyes. The news is a relentless scroll of fire, flood, and fracture. We see the specter of famine stalking millions as crop yields fall. We witness the very currents of the ocean, the lifeblood of our climate, threatening to collapse. We watch in anguish as the machinery of war and oppression grinds on, enabled by a global system that was designed not to save us, but to control us. In the face of such a polycrisis, it is easy to feel a profound despair. It is easy to see only the darkness. But we are people of faith, and faith is not a blind eye turned from reality. It is the courage to look directly into the abyss and declare that God's purpose for humanity is not destruction, but unity. It is to see the crumbling of the old world not as an end, but as a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. The Baha'i writings do not shy away from diagnosing the disease of our age. They tell us that the root of all these crises is a single spiritual failure, the denial of the oneness of humanity. The well-being of mankind, its peace and security, wrote Bahaullah, are unattainable unless and until its unity is firmly established. Every institution that denies this unity becomes an instrument of suffering. The United Nations Security Council, with its oligarchic veto, is the ultimate embodiment of this denial. It is not merely a political failure, it is a spiritual abomination. It institutionalizes the lie that 5 nations are worthy of a license to kill, to block aid, to shield apartheid, and to hold the collective will of humanity hostage to their own self-interest. This veto has been called a covenant with death. And what is the fruit of this covenant? The ongoing genocide in Gaza, the paralysis in the face of climate collapse, the green light for atrocities in Syria and Yemen. It is a system that allows a blueprint for barbarism, a plan to erase a people and build a Riviera on their graves, to even be conceived, because its authors know they will face no consequence from a body they control. This is the logical end of a world built on the principles of division, supremacy, and domination. But we, as Baha'is, are called to build a world on a different principle. We are covenant makers with life. Our covenant is with the teaching that the earth is but one country and mankind its citizens. Our covenant is with the promise that ye are the fruits of one tree and the leaves of one branch. Our covenant is with the justice that demands the elimination of extremes of wealth and poverty. Our covenant is with the truth that work performed in a spirit of service is a form of worship. This is not a passive covenant. It is a call to action that demands a new architecture for our planet. The proposed new systems of regional security councils without vetoes, of an empowered General Assembly, of a scored resolution process that seeks consensus. These are not mere political theories. They are the practical, structural manifestations of the spiritual principle of consultation. They are the answer to the prayer for a world where no voice is silenced by a raised hand, where no one should burn themselves to keep others warm. Our role as a community is to be the leaven in the lump of humanity. We may not single-handedly dismantle the UNSC, but we can build the moral and spiritual capacity for the world that must replace it. How? Through our communities, by perfecting the art of consultation in our feast and assembly meetings, showing that collective decision-making rooted in love and respect is possible. Through our educational efforts, by raising a generation of children and junior youth who see themselves as global citizens, who celebrate diversity, and who know that true security comes from unity, not from walls and weapons. Through our devotion, by praying fervently for the rulers and leaders of the world, that their hearts may be turned toward justice and their minds toward the recognition of our inherent oneness. through our advocacy, by unafraidly championing the principles of our faith in the public square, the absolute equality of women and men, the harmony of science and religion, the imperative of economic justice, as the only sane foundation for a future society. The old world is dying because it is built on a lie, the lie of separation. The new world is struggling to be born because it is built on a truth, the truth of connection. We are living through the birth pangs. They are painful, they are terrifying, but they are necessary. Do not lose heart. The betterment of the world can be accomplished through pure and goodly deeds, through commendable and seemly conduct. Let us go forth from this moment with renewed determination. Let our deeds be goodly. Let our conduct be seemly. Let our every action be a brick in the foundation of the new world, a world not managed by a syndicate of 5, but built by the collective will of all of humanity, finally reflecting the majestic, divine truth that we are one. For in the end, the choice is not between different political systems. It is a choice between a covenant with death and a covenant with life. Let us choose life.